But first, the driver of the car involved in the fatal crash in which two friends of British boxer Anthoy Joshua were killed has been held by police in Lagos. Joshua had a lucky escape from the accident on the busy highway between Lagos and Ibadan on Monday and was discharged from hospital on Thursday. Our Sam Olukoya is in Lagos and joins us now to get us up to speed. Sam, first of all, so the driver was a driver of that car involved in the smash that in which Anthoy Joshua was injured, was arrested just after he was released from hospital, I understand. What do we know about why he has been held?
Well, even preliminary investigation by authorities show that the driver might have been at fault as far as that accident was concerned. He was blamed for overspeeding. He was blamed for overtaking from the wrong side of the road. And then not just this driver alone, the second driver involved in this accident, that is the driver of the truck that is Anthoy Joshua's car collided with. He's also been looked for. I think he went on the run immediately after this accident happened. And it seems to me authorities are trying to show the world that when things like this happen, they're able to act and able to prevent it happening again.
Now, how is Joshua himself doing? I understand he was released from hospital on Thursday.
Yeah, I think he's, the hospital said he was deemed to be clinically fit for discharge. So one will assume that it's physically is fairly fine for his condition. He's believed to be at home with his Nigerian family, especially the mother who was very much involved in his care at the time he was in the hospital. He was at the funeral home where the bodies of his two friends were being prepared for repatriation. So clearly, physically, he's a bit okay for his condition, but I think the bigger problem is the emotional aspect of it. I mean, to have lost two friends under that very serious circumstance and then witnessing this happen, I think many people say it's quite devastating for him, not just for him as a person, but also for his career. So that is the big worry about more of his psychological impact, not so much the physical impact.
And Sam, you yourself you mentioned to me earlier this week when we were speaking about that you were surprised at just how touched you were by what happened to Joshua. Just a few weeks ago, his name was in the mouths of everyone all around the world because of his a very high-profile boxing match. He is British. How, though, has what happened been received in Nigeria? Has it been followed with quite as much attention as we're seeing perhaps from outside of the country?
Well, if you tell Nigerians it's British, they'll say, no, it's Nigeria. I mean, that's the way
dual nationals
that's
everywhere.
The way Nigerians see. Yes, the Nigerians see him purely as a Nigerian. And I think for good reason. Somebody who has attained that level of success. And when it comes to Nigeria, you see more of him with the very poor people, going to the slums, playing with them. And I mean, he's a grassroots kind of person. He's a man of the people. And that's why I said, to some extent, Nigerians see him as a Nigerian. It was, for once, Nigerians forgot the security situation. They forgot about the football and followed a situation. The big worry was that maybe Nigerians were hoping that no complication will arise from what has happened, given that two people died. So the Nigerians were quite worried, and that's it. And then it also highlights the issue of road safety in Nigeria. One, overspeeding, two, bus tire. This happens every time. Accidents happen every time. On the same day Anthoy Joshua had this accident, there was an accident in which 7 journalists were killed. So these things happen every time. And because it has happened to very high-profile people, I mean, Nigerians are coming back to wonder that what should we do about these incessant cases of road accidents that often leave people dead?